we're gonna work a very basic 3-move sequence. How to escape bottom of side control using a pendulum method. Then from the closed guard, my partner or an opponent is now going to stand up correctly in the closed guard, and then how to utilize the tripod sweep and then sweep our training partner over. And as a bonus, later we're going to talk about using the tripod sweep as a means to get to the single leg X, okay? Jay? Cal, while you were away, we discovered the best pulke in New York City. All right, Jay, he's for hire, all right? He can come to Brooklyn too. All right, so Jay is going to be here in side control. Guys, let's really quickly talk about just a concept. Like a very simple concept about mobility and movement is like a ball versus a sled. You know, for example, Jay is a personal trainer. You know, maybe he makes people, you know, push the sled sometimes. As you know, the sled covers a lot of surface area. So imagine pushing the sled as opposed to rolling a ball, right? So what I mean is this: if Jay is on his back, and Jay is, let's say, his feet on the floor, and his shoulders are on the floor, now there's a lot of surface area. Jay, don't help me, okay? Like, to move the person is going to be very hard, right? Or to push the sled. Like, if I'm pushing Jay, like, it's going to be difficult, right? But if Jay is rounded, and now there's less surface area, now look, it's going to be way easier to spin, and it's going to be way easier to push Jay, for example, down the mat. Does that make sense? So in escapes, a lot of times we want to use this concept and this idea. So a lot of times on bottom of side control, you don't want to be like super flat here, all right? Because the more surface area, the more stuck you're going to be, the more pancaked you're going to be. So a lot of times, even when you're in side control, like you already want to be kind of rounded, all right? And my shoulders are off the floor, I'm hunched, and now I'm going to do the best as I can to bring my hips off the floor as well. My feet here have to kiss, guys, all right? We're going to talk about that in a little second. Now, the more I get my hips up, the better it's going to be for me. Now look, I'm going to go into him, I'm going to go away from him, and then I'm going to go into him again. I created a pocket of space to bring my knee in. The reason our feet have to kiss is because at this point, Jay can go for an inside heel hook on me if my feet are open. Exactly, all right? So I got to make sure that my feet are kissing. From here, he's probably going to try to get back to side control, so I need to have some control over him. So what I need to do before that happens is I have to put 2 pulling grips here, all right? So I went from pushing grips to pulling grips, all right? This is going to make it a little bit harder momentarily for him to go back to side control. Now my head is going to go to his far shoulder. As that happens, I'm going to bring him in to my close guard, all right? From here, let's pause for a second. If Jay doesn't do a good job, I'm going to start to win my overhook, and I'm going to start to look for a variety of attacks. Jay knows that, so he's immediately going to go to my biceps, and he's going to start to stand up, and as soon as he stands up, he's going to start to build his base, and he's going to prepare to open up my guard. Pause for a second. Either you can wait for your training partner to open up, or sometimes I'm going to open up on my own accord. First thing first though is I need to grab as low on their heel as I can with my hand. Now I'm going to open my guard up, my knees are going to be close together, and my foot slides to his hip. From here, a couple of things, guys. If this foot's really close to me, right, like I can grab it and I can do the day one sweep. That's A. B, if it's too close to me and I want him to step back, if I start to lift my hips, he's going to start to step back. C, a lot of times he's going to step back on his own accord because he knows he needs to be in a good stance, all right? So one of those 3 things are going to happen for him to bring his leg back. Now my foot's going to slide from his other hip to behind his knee, and a very important concept here, guys, is this leg has to be straight. Jay, bend your knee. Yeah, exactly. If his knee's bent, it's going to be very difficult to sweep him. So how can I make that leg straight? I'm going to pull his toes into my armpit, like that. Now his leg is straight. Now when I do a little push, Jay's going to start to fall right away. Okay, guys, the newer students oftentimes rush. They start to come up like this, and a few things can happen. Number 1, your own leg can get entangled. Number 2, you came out of an athletic stance, you're kind of off balance on your own. And number 4, it's going to be a little bit awkward to get up. So do the warm-up that we do every day. Take this foot, bring it in between your legs, rock up onto your shin, and now you're in a really, really nice position to go for whatever you want to go for. I can start to, for example, back step into his legs, and so if I like leg locks, I can start to go for my middle, go for a knee cut. I can do whatever. I can disconnect from him. I can do whatever I want to do when I come to the top in that little hub. Okay, so again, once more, I'm going to be here with Jay. So right away, I'm going to try to round myself as much as I can, shoulders off the floor, hips up as much as possible. I'm trying to push him as well, as much as I can, right? Now I go in, away, as much as I can to create a gap between him and I. In that gap, I slide myself in, and then immediately I pull Jay so that he can't do what he was doing a second ago. Now I'm going to bring my head on the other side, and as I do that, my bottom leg comes out and I'm in close guard. Jay's going to now put his hands on my biceps, he's going to build the base, and look how he's walking up my body to open up. He always has control over my body, so it's difficult for me to do any sort of attacks while he's standing up. All right, now my foot goes to his hip. If I have enough space, I'm going to go here. If you're a little taller, hips up a little bit, they're going to step back. And now I go here. Guys, another important detail is this hand right here. If my hand's like on his calf muscle or on his a little bit high, he has the ability to high knee out. Go ahead, Jay. Beautiful. So come back a step. So you need to be sticky here. So if he tries to do a high knee out, as you can see, it's very sticky and he's gonna sweep himself. So you wanna grab as low as possible as opposed to somewhere over here. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit stronger. From here, foot comes off the hip, rock up onto my shin. Now I can start to go for leg locks. I can start to go here. I can go for whatever attack I wanna go for as soon as I get to the top position. Cool? Guys, let's run through this really quickly and then we have a part 2 coming up right after. For the newer students, stick just to the tripod sweep. And by the way, tripod sweep, as basic as it is, can work at very high levels, okay? And it's a lot of times it's a really strong jab, even to knock the person down, all right? So 2 things are gonna happen, right? So once we're already here and Jay stands up, we're gonna talk about 2 situations. The first is when we're here, he opens and I'm in this spot right over here. So Jay, he needs to break one of 3 things. He needs to break this connection, one second, just wait for me, Jay. This connection, or this connection. The easiest one for him to deal with is gonna be this one, all right? Because this one starts to break this one, Jay, like it's sticky, right? And now I'm already gonna be sweeping him. My hand is a little bit too far out of his reach, all right? But this is right in front of his face, so it's not too hard for him to start to push it off in either direction, by the way. So as soon as he starts to push it off, a lot of times I'm gonna use my hand here, Billy, to assist, and I'm gonna do an egg beater and I'm gonna pummel my leg on the inside. When I pummel my foot on the inside, I have a little bit of a reach between his hips. So I need to assist myself with my own hand. So I'm gonna grab behind his knee, I'm gonna straighten my leg, and I'm gonna pull myself, and now I'm gonna go for my single leg edge guard, and now I can knock him down, all right? So if he defends the sweep here, he pushes it off. Sometimes, keep it. Sometimes, like, I'll do a kick away from him, and that's gonna break it. I'm gonna pummel my foot on the inside, grab behind the knee, and pull myself in, and now I'm here. Sometimes you can do it like that. Sometimes you need your hand. It just depends on his grip, how sticky he is, etc. That's it, idea number 1. Idea number 2 is I'm gonna sit him down, and then here, I'm about to come up, right, Larad? But guess what? He's athletic, he's strong, he's gonna get up before me. As he gets up, I'm gonna use this, one second. As he gets up, I'm gonna use my hand on his head, and I'm gonna use this leg to start to kick him over. Don't fall over. And now I'm gonna go into my single leg extra, all right? So Jay, we're gonna reenact that you're gonna do it on me, right? So you're gonna sweep me down, all right? So Jay's gonna be here. He puts his hand behind, he's here. For me, one second, sit down, wait for me. I gave you praise on camera. All right, start to put this foot on the inside. Now for me, I'm gonna start to come back up. As I come back up, this leg, Jay, you're gonna kick right underneath my hamstring. You're gonna take this hand, you're gonna grab my head. Here, nice, and as I'm coming up, kick a little bit, boom, and now go into your single leg exercise. Exactly, all right? So on their way up, you can already line your legs up for the single leg X. For example, Jay came up into a body lock. It's fine. He'll come up into a body lock. As long as his hands are not connected, I can deflect his body weight. I can still go into my single leg X guard as well. So just a couple of ideas to explore for those students that like that game, that want to incorporate that as part of today's lesson. All right, but only do that if the first part is perfect. Cool? Let's go, guys.